Hello, my name is Miss Tami. I am a school education advocate with Fairhaven Crisis Center in Highland, Indiana. I've been to many of the schools in Northwest Indiana teaching kids how to stay safe, so a lot of you know who I am. Welcome to the Fairhaven Friends Sharing Network. Every week I will share a new video of positive books, ideas, or activities to help keep our minds and bodies sharp and strong during this time at home. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know when our latest video is available. Today I will be reading a book titled A Terrible Thing Happened. The author of this book is Margaret M. Holmes, illustrated by Cary Pillo. I am reading this book aloud with permission from Imagination Press. Our story today is about Sherman Smith and the terrible thing that he saw and how it made him feel. He didn't understand what he was feeling, but he knew it was a bad feeling that he didn't like. What will Sherman do? What would you do? Let's find out what Sherman did. Sherman Smith saw the most terrible thing. He was very upset. It really scared Sherman to see such a terrible thing. Sherman did not like feeling so afraid. He did not want to remember what happened. So Sherman decided not to think about the terrible thing he saw. Sherman thought that would make him feel better. At first, the plan seemed to work. Sherman woke up every morning, he brushed his teeth, and he went to school. Sherman played with his friends, he teased his sister, and he walked his dog. Everything seemed all right for a while, but something inside of Sherman was starting to bother him. Sherman had to play more, run faster, and sing louder in order to forget the terrible thing he saw. Other things started happening to Sherman too. Sometimes he did not feel hungry. Sometimes his stomach hurt and his head hurt. Sometimes he felt sad, but he didn't know why. Sometimes he was nervous for no reason at all, and sometimes he did not sleep very well. Look at his eyes are wide open. He's trying. Sometimes he did not sleep, and he had very bad dreams. The bad dreams scared Sherman. All of those things made Sherman very angry. It seemed like Sherman was angry all the time. Sherman started getting in trouble at school. Sometimes he felt so angry that he did mean things. Oh, look at, he stepped on this friend's tail. Getting in trouble so often made Sherman feel bad. Sherman did not understand all of his bad feelings. He felt confused. Sometimes parents help children figure out their feelings. Sometimes teachers or other grown-ups help. That is how Sherman met Miss Maple. Miss Maple helped Sherman think about his feelings. She listened while Sherman talked to her. They played while they talked, and Sherman did not feel as mixed up when he talked to Miss Maple. Once, when Sherman and Miss Maple were coloring, she told him to draw a picture of how he felt when he was angry. This seemed a little strange to Sherman to draw, but Sherman did it. After that, Sherman drew lots of pictures, pictures of pain in his stomach, pictures of bad dreams that he had, and pictures of the fear that he felt. and at last pictures of the terrible thing that he saw. Sherman and Miss Maple talked about the pictures. He asked if the terrible thing was his fault. Sherman said that he worried a lot about that. No, Miss Maple told Sherman, it was not your fault. Sherman told Miss Maple a lot of things. He told her about the bad dreams. He told her how scared he felt. It was all very hard to do. Miss Maple was proud that Sherman was trying to talk about such hard things. Sherman found that it felt good to let his feelings out. Feeling good helped Sherman feel stronger. When Sherman felt stronger, he did not feel so angry. Nothing can change the terrible thing that Sherman saw, but now he does not feel so mean. He is not so scared or worried, and his stomach doesn't hurt as much, and the bad dreams hardly ever happen. Look at how happy he is now. Sherman Smith is feeling much better now. He just thought you would want to know. Today we are using two different books about worries. The second book I'll be reading from is the Usborne UnWorry Book, written by Alice James, illustrated by Stephen Moncrief, and additional illustrations by Christina Martin Ricasons and Frida Harrison. I'm reading this book aloud with permission from Usborne Books. In the previous story about Sherman Smith and the terrible thing that happened, Sherman worried a lot. Our book today is about worries and how to deal with them. Worries are annoying, and they're pretty common and very normal to have. Everyone at some point worries. Some of us worry a lot. We all worry. Worries are annoying, but they're also normal and unfortunately pretty common. Everyone worries at some point, and some of us worry a lot. Worrying isn't a bad thing, and often it can help you do a good job or be a better person. But it's important to be able to cope with worries so they don't stop you from living your life. This book helps make sense of worries and is full of ideas to calm you down and distract you, as well as places to get your worries out. Why do we worry? Worries exist to help you manage risk and stay safe, like an alarm system that goes off when you're in danger. When you worry, chemicals are released in your body, so you're ready to react to danger. Your body temperature increases, your heart pumps faster, and your hands get sweaty and shaky. In extreme circumstances, worries can save your life. For example, by stopping you from running out in front of a car. But you don't need it to survive day to day. Most of the time when you worry, it's just your alarm system overreacting. Some people's alarms go off more than others. The important thing is not how much you worry, but how you deal with it, and that's where this book comes in. To deal with my worries, I learned from this book to write them down on a piece of paper. I decided to make a worry box and turn it into a monster that would eat up my worries. It can be made out of anything you can put stuff in. I chose to use an empty tissue box. So I took a tissue box like this when it was empty, and I took out the plastic right here, and then this became my monster's mouth. Now you can use anything to decorate the outside of your monster. You could paint it, you could color it with markers or crayons, or you could even use colored pencils or even stickers, or you can use construction paper or wrapping paper. for the outside of your monster. And then you can add other features like eyes or horns, or you can give it kind of crazy hair. You can put arms on it or a beard on it. You could give it glasses or crazy teeth. So when the box is made, you can use it whenever you'd like to get rid of your worries. Just write down your worries, and instead of worrying about it, you can just give it to your monster to eat. So you write it down, and you crumble it up and give it to your monster to eat. Now, here are some other things that you could use to decorate your box. You could use some pipe cleaners. You could use some string for hair. You could use some cotton for hair or a beard. You can make the eyes out of caps, or even egg carton like I did. I cut it out of an egg carton. You can use all different kinds of scissors. You can use some of these tubes to make legs or arms or even eyes. And you'll need some tape and some glue as well. And I used a paper punch, and I punched different circles out of the construction paper because I gave my monster a crazy tongue. So this is one of my monsters I've made, and I painted it black, and then I used some sphagnum moss, and I glued that on for some crazy hair. And then I took some of this crepe paper that was kind of shiny and red, and I cut eyes out, and I glued those on. And then I cut out some crazy teeth because I need ferocious teeth for my monster. And then I gave it a tongue out of construction paper, and I used the paper punch to make different circles. This monster over here, I painted it black, and then I painted some different size circles with different colors of paint. For his hair, I used this crepe paper that's kind of shiny, and I cut like little strips, and then I crinkled it all together, and I made a slit on the top of my box, and I put it in there to make his hair really crazy. I gave him some teeth that were really sharp and scary, and then I made some arms and hands out of another piece of construction paper. I did make his eyes out of a ping pong ball, and I painted them with some different colors, but you can use anything that you can find around your house to make your monster scary. So just write down your worries and feed your monster. Maybe you don't know what your grade's going to be on your test, but no worries. Feed it to your monster. He's hungry. You don't always need to focus on the worry itself to feel better. Sometimes just thinking about something completely different, the worries get pushed out, like when you made the worry monster. You might also find that while you're distracted, the worry disappears entirely, sorting itself out quietly in the back of your mind. Sherman tried not to think about the terrible thing that he saw, but he couldn't get it out of his mind. Sherman did the right thing by talking to a grown-up and getting help to understand all of his bad feelings and confusion. Small worries we can feed to our monster, but big worries need to be talked through with an adult, like a parent or a teacher. To be healthy and to keep us safe, it's important to care for our mind as well as our body. Thanks for listening. See you next time.